Hey guys, so I'm going to skip the normal introduction for this video because this news kind of is upsetting. So there was this one guy named George Floyd who I personally never heard of, but apparently when I looked him up, which I am looking him up right now, George Floyd. It says that he's a football player. So that's as far as I can, as far to my knowledge about who he was before the incident that I'm going to talk about happened. So pretty much, long story short, he was arrested. I don't know why he was arrested. I don't know what he did to get arrested or to get pulled over. Uh, from what I've heard, because I initially heard about this incident on TikTok, because one of my friends posted about this, and then so pretty much George Floyd was pulled over. Things got things escalated where they shouldn't have been. And then the police officer, I'm guessing, decided to pin the George Floyd to the ground and put his knee on his neck. And George Floyd was saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe," letting the guy know he was pretty much doing too much. But the police officer didn't. The police officer didn't let up. The police officer kept going. And now George Floyd is dead. And it's like, oh, why? George Floyd was trying to tell you, he can't breathe. You're doing too much. You can't breathe. Like I said, I don't know why you pulled him over. But it's like, wait, livestock manager this police officer? Or did he, and I don't really try to get political here on the channel or YouTube as often. But, wait, did you pull him over because he was black? If so, the police officer was in the wrong. But, unless if George Floyd was trying to kill the police officer should not have done what he's done. If he was going to put his knee into his neck, he should have stopped. At the very least, he should have, at the very least, relieved some pressure. When George Floyd was saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." What the hell is wrong with the police officer? I've heard that the police officer got fired. Good. I honestly think that the police officer should be locked up. Truthfully, if you ask me. Because he murdered a person. I don't care what the police officer says. He pretty much, well, I shouldn't say pretty much, but he intended to kill that George Floyd guy. He did. I don't care what his excuse was. If he didn't, then he should have let up. There are other ways of detaining someone where it doesn't involve killing people or putting that person at risk of killing. I know some self-defense moves. I generally know some self-defense moves. The self-defense moves that I would have done was I would have put him, assuming that he got violent. This is assuming that George Floyd got violent. I would have somehow put his wrist in a position where he wouldn't be able to fight back, saying, "Hey, calm down, calm down." And yeah, I probably would have arrested him if he tried to assault me, if I was a police officer, but putting the knee on his neck and then not letting up when George Floyd was saying, I can't breathe, is like, why? Just why? Like, common sense will have told you to let up at the very least. But let me look at YouTube videos of this. So like George Floyd death in Minnesota sparks nationwide protest. Good. Hopefully I don't get copyright struck for this.
Today in Minneapolis, whereas chaos and anger have erupted across the country over the death of George Floyd. He's the black man who died after being arrested by Minneapolis police. Demonstrations turned into riots as protesters clashed with police overnight, not only in Minnesota, but in California and Tennessee. Fires were set, stores were looted, and at least one person was shot and killed. And now the mayor of that city is asking the National Guard for help. And this comes as the FBI investigate Floyd's death from earlier this week. Disturbing video shows a white officer pinning Floyd to the ground by pressing his knee into Mr. Floyd's neck. And you can hear Floyd beg for help, saying, I can't breathe. His girlfriend, along with many others, are calling it murder.
That's because it is technically murder. He would the police officer decided to put his knee on Floyd's neck. It sounds like the police officer had every opportunity to let off. Every opportunity. But he didn't. He didn't. Like I said, I don't know why the police officer pulled George Floyd all over. And personally, I don't care the reasoning behind it. I genuinely don't care. I'm with the people that are saying that the police officer performed murder. Yes, that's exactly what he did. I don't care if he says, well, I didn't go in it to kill him. I don't care. You did. You might have not pulled him over to kill him, but you killed him by pressing your knee into his neck and not letting off when George Floyd was saying, I can't breathe. That was your chance to let off. Sorry, I can't speak. But let off. That was your golden key to let off. Maybe put him in a different position. Maybe that won't cause him to die. Like, I don't know if the police officer pulled George Floyd over for racist intent. And I hate to use that card, but who knows? And people who are saying, oh, racism has gotten better. No. You might not have seen it as prominent as back when Martin Luther King Jr. was doing the whole civil rights thing, but no. Racism is still there. This could easily have been one of those times when racism came into play. Black lives does matter. As much as Hispanic, American, French, any type of race, gender, doesn't matter your ethnicity or gender, all lives matter. And unless George Floyd was trying to kill the police officer, which I highly doubt that was the case, the police officer was completely in the wrong for doing what he did. It's so wrong. And I actually think that the police officer should be in jail. Should be locked up behind bars. Because what he did was murder. And like I said, he had every opportunity to let off. And like I said, there are different ways where he could have restrained George Floyd if he had to. But what this police officer did was murder. And I can't blame the protesters protesting.
You know, this is the man I loved for 3 years. It's clear as water. That video says it all. If you don't see murder, I don't know what you see.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey is now calling for the arrest of the officers involved, and he spoke to our Jeff Pegues about the case.
Do you think that was murder?
I do.
You do?
Let me be clear. The arresting officer killed someone. As to the precise charge, I'm not going to get into that.
Christian Cordero from our Minneapolis station WCCO has the latest on what's happening on the ground there.
I'm in front of an apartment building that was under construction in a city that is now unrecognizable. You can see the hotspots, the burns, the charring, the smoldering.
Let's see.
There are new developments in the death of George Floyd, the unarmed black man in Minneapolis who died in police custody. We're hearing from the paramedics who treated him. And now the mayor says he wants the police officer who pressed his knee to Floyd's neck to be prosecuted. CBS's
I want the same thing too as the mayor and a lot of other people.
The new cell phone video shows the initial arrest. Officers are seen taking George Floyd out of his vehicle. In surveillance video obtained by CBS News, a handcuffed Floyd is walked across the street toward a police car. In the distance, you can see Floyd fall. In this newly circulated video, 3 officers have Floyd pinned on the ground, while another stands over them. You can hear Floyd pleading for air. The officer who pressed his knee to Floyd's neck has been identified as Derek Chauvin.
Awful.
He doesn't let up until the 46-year-old's listless body is put on a stretcher. In a new report, the fire department says medics in the ambulance checked his pulse several times, finding none. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Tonight, the other officers involved have been identified as Thomas Lane, J. Alexander Kung, and Tu Tao. But Chauvin is under the most scrutiny. Even though the Floyd investigation is ongoing, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey called for Chauvin to be arrested. Do you think that was murder?
I do.
You do?
Let me be clear. The arresting officer killed someone. As to the precise charge, I'm not going to get into that.
Tuesday night, protesters demanded all...
Okay, I'm going to stop that video. So, after seeing the video, after watching the video, yeah, George Floyd did nothing wrong. Yeah, the police officer might have arrested George Floyd, but all George Floyd did was trip. So what, now if I'm arrested, like if I so happen to get like handcuffed by the police, and if I trip because I'm black, does that mean that, oh, I did something wrong by tripping? Does that condone me to death? Like, come on. Like, this is terrible. And the police officer who did this to George Floyd should be not only ashamed, but disgusted. He downright murdered someone who clearly did not deserve to get murdered. Who did not do anything wrong. From my end. maybe George Floyd was maybe talking back, and maybe that led to him being arrested. But even if that was a scenario where if George Floyd was talking back to the police officer still shouldn't have put his knee into his neck. Especially when George Floyd was saying, "I can't breathe." When George Floyd was saying, "I can't breathe," that's what should have been a sign that, oh no, I need to back off. I'm doing too much. Like, I can see why there are multiple people disgusted and outraged because of this. I am upset about this. There was no need for killing. Especially since George Floyd was not attacking the police officer. And it makes me mad because I know there are going to be some people out there that going to say, well, he got what he deserved because he's black. Like, and I want to punch those people who actually thinks that way. But I won't because I have self-respect. Like, this situation, George Floyd's death could have easily been avoided. Easily. And I agree with the mayor of that city. That police officer who murdered George Floyd should be arrested. Should be locked up behind bars for a really long time because he killed someone who was innocent. Yeah, like I said, George Floyd might have talked back and probably that's how he got handcuffed, but he didn't deserve to get killed, to get murdered. I don't even know why he was getting arrested anyways. Probably because of the color of his skin. This police officer, I'm happy that he got fired. That's like one of the necessary steps. Now he should be locked up behind bars because he technically murdered someone out of cold blood. When that someone didn't do anything wrong, didn't do anything that was worth killing. George Floyd didn't attack the police officer, so what was, like, why kill someone when they weren't trying to kill you or injure you in any way? And you can't say it's in self-defense because evidence shows that George Floyd wasn't physically trying to put his hands on anyone. People like this police officer definitely disgusts me. Guess this police officer that got fired, thankfully, is nothing more than a bully. And it's disgusting. And the world does not need people who are going to bully each other. Who are going to murder people. Why? Because what? He was black? Like, this It's really upsetting. I'm trying not to curse right now. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a police officer for my own reasons. And if I was a police officer today, I would be embarrassed that he was as a police officer. If I was a police officer, I would be embarrassed to have to for that guy was even a police officer. In general, that he was even allowed to be on the force, because clearly he didn't deserve to be on the force if he's going to out front murder someone. This pisses me off. It really does. So I do hope that this guy does get locked up for what he's done to George Floyd. Because where I'm standing, it definitely looked like that police officer decided to upfront murder a guy. Why did he murder the person? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care because there were like multiple times, like I said before, where he could have let up. He really could have let up. But he chose not to. He chose to keep his knee on George Floyd's neck, even after George Floyd was saying, "I can't breathe." He chose to murder. It wasn't out of self-defense. It was a choice. And it was a wrong choice. And so he does deserve to get blasted for what he's done. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Leave a comment down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love y'all.